Hey everybody, welcome to a very special show here. It is the 27th Friday, of course, and maybe the 26th where you are, but we're going to be covering Mafia. It has had the Mafia Metaverse launch, and we had a few, obviously, maturity issues, so it is now to a point where we can do some live coverage. So hope you guys enjoy it. Get into the chat there. Let us know what you've done so far in Mafia game. The Metaverse is live, the first one ever on Pulsechain, and of course also on BNB playing. So it's going to be pretty exciting. Get into the chat there, get it lively, talk about Mafia. Let's go. We're going to obviously look at where the Mafia families are at, how much land has been grabbed, all that sort of stuff. It's going to be pretty strategic. So hope you guys enjoy it. Now let's get into it. We've got a couple of people in the house there. We've got Wookie. Hey, Wookie, faster than a slow beer. It's Wookie, says Wookie there. Good to see you in the house there as well. A big member of the directorate. Now, if you're a member of a Mafia family, let us know in the chat there what family you're in. Be much appreciated as well. Now, the Mafia map is open on Pulsechain and BNB, meaning that you can get some keys. They're $20 each, or you can try and get some bonus ones as well. We'll show you how to do that. And, of course, you open up, you have to select a city on each of those chains, either Pulsechain or BNB, and then you open up land with those keys that you get, and that land could be pretty lucrative, and of course very strategic for the Mafia family. So there's lots to think about there. We got Cryptic Dan in the house there, morning, man. 2 a.m. from Scotland. Hey, big shout out to you, Cryptic Dan, out there in Scotland. Big shout out there. And of course, let's get into it without further ado. Let us go over to the Mafia game on BNB. We're going to start with BNB first because BNB's launched first, and the map is more advanced in terms of claiming, but Pulsechain not far behind, so we'll get to that as well. So BNB's got 996 active live players, 22 crime families, 213 BNB in there. I think that's going to fill up pretty fast soon, so keep a lookout for that. That could be pretty exciting now. Just let me put some YouTube stuff happening over here on this channel. I'm not sure what's going. So let's get into the families. We can see that all the families pretty much got delisted from the vault access, so they got suspended for the most part, except unless they had unusual player family plus there on there, and they had a small family. They were able to get monetized. How long that will last for, we will see. It appears now we don't know if these UI updates are 100%. At the moment, it's got OG gangsters there. They've got a small family, so they may be there as well. But they haven't actually opened that many land plots relative to that, so we'll see how they go. And they don't need a lot, of course. If they've got family plus, they get 12. So they've got 11 already, so that already puts them in at number 1 spot. But we'll be watching to see how this changes. Now, obviously, on BNB, the syndicate, which I'm a part of with the directorate, is number 1, and plan on staying that way. So we're going to go to the map. Let's see how that goes. Now, when you jump in on a family, let's go to the OG gangsters, for example. You will see the land tiles pop up underneath the family. So that's brand new, and you will see here. So we had business objects that were already there, but now we've got family-owned tiles as well. So also, if you've got a profile, it will show up under your profile as well. You'll see real estate, and it will show under your profile. Obviously, I'm not in the family, so I cannot see their items, but that is what is in there. All right, so kind of cool. Let's jump over to the map. So those are the key 2 updates. Let's go over to the cities here and see what we've got there. So we've got all these cities: Chicago, Las Vegas, Medellin, Bogota, Palermo, Messina, New York, Napoli, I should say, Caracas, Miami, and Detroit. So those are all the cities that the families are fighting over. Remember, there's 22 families. There's some allegiances or alliances in there too. Now we can see at the top at the moment, Chicago is absolutely being eaten up. There's only 22 tiles available. I repeat that again. There is only 22 tiles available in Chicago. And of course, the syndicate, the family that I'm a part of, led by the Don of Dons, Archie, is kicking some butt over there, as we talked about. So people know that is the directorate is to be feared, and they are seeing just how powerful the directorate is. So it's very exciting. A big shout out to Wookie, who's one of the capos in the Killer Squad, actually. So big shout out to Wookie there. Now we've got other families doing pretty well. Las Vegas, they're OG gangsters. So they're in there as well. So far we have 597 buildings in Chicago. We have 108 buildings in Las Vegas. And of course we have Mafia State, right? The Mafia State, presumably that is accurate. So that will update as well in time. Number 3, Medellin, we've got 95 buildings in there still. A lot of tiles to go. Bogota there is Black Thistles. They're in those two cities at the moment with 52. We've got the OG in Palermo there. We've got the Messinas in Messina, apparently dominating as number 1 family. The Syndicate is dominating in New York. So that's another one of the directorates, the part of the family I am the consigliere of. And we've got Ice Pick leading in there at the moment, 19 properties open. Napoli with the Mugnows and the Crackers there with the Warriors. Miami with OG Sopranos as well. So OG Sopranos in 2 different cities, Miami and Palermo there with 18 properties in there. And so far Detroit as well with the Black Thistles there as well. So Black Thistles across 3 cities at the moment. Only 5 buildings open there though. So maybe just a little bit of scouting stuff going on there from the Black Thistles. So that is pretty much it with the leaderboard in the city. Now what happens when you get in there? You have to choose a city, right? You have to choose a city. So we're going to take, I don't know, let's go to Las Vegas, have a look at the OG gangsters and see what that map looks like. So this is the map. Each map is kind of different, kind of quasi-reflecting, the city and the real world. And so I think we've got a bit of a Las Vegas strip here on the bottom right. So it looks like a Las Vegas strip. Now there are 3 different areas. There's common areas, but like this big one here, there are what they call elite areas and upper areas, so people can get, and strategic zones as well. So it's 4 kind of pretty important land zones you want to get in there and those. So what do? You basically have to have some keys, right? So if you want to get some keys, there are 2 ways to do it. You can either go through crates and then you can purchase some keys, right? So you can purchase some keys on BNB for BNB or Mafia, USD Tether, USDC, $20 those are. Or you can go to the exchange and get into the keys and you can get some this way, right? So as you put in more dollars in here, you can get BNB, Mafia, USD Tether, USDC. You can get 5%, 10%, 15% extra as you go up. So it does increase as you go. So you can see at $200, we're going to get 10 keys, but no bonus at the stage. We'll just keep ticking that up. 15 keys for $300. And then once we get to $400, we've now got 5% bonus. So you get an extra 1 key there for that. And obviously, as you go up with the hundreds of dollars, once we get to $1,000, you'll get 10% extra keys. So that's 5 extra keys. So you get 550, you get 5 free. That's kind of the logic there, right? So as you increase to $2,000, you'll get 15% extra. And as you get to, I think it's $5,000, you get 20% extra. So that is how it works there. If you want to go through the exchange office / keys. Once you got your keys, they'll show up in your wallet, right? So you'll get some in your wallet, so to speak. So you can do that and check that out in your wallet, and you'll have those, right? So that's pretty much how that works. Once you've got those in your wallet, you'll be able to select the city as you want, right? Select the city as you want, and then once you decide, say you're in the OGs, you're targeting Las Vegas, and you want to open up land there, then you can click land claim, right? So pop land claim. As you can see, this account doesn't have any crates in it, but if you had bought some keys or crates, they would show up here. Key crates there, they would show up there, and then you can just click claim land, and it will automatically do that. Now you can obviously, if you don't have any crates or keys, you can go purchase them, just like I showed you before. So that's kind of the idea there. That's how easy it is. So get some keys, then select the city. If you're in a particular family, you're going to probably want a certain type of city, like the OG's Las Vegas, and then you click land claim. That's going to use those keys that you bought. So if you've got 10 keys, you can do this 10 times, right? And so what that's going to do is going to randomly select you a area. It could be common, could be upper area, could be elite. Obviously, the rarer, the better. And then, of course, it's going to select you a plot of land with a certain development. And if you're lucky, you might get a hotel, and you'll be earning inflation from the city all every day. So you might be lucky there. Now, there's not too many of those, but in any case, if you do get a plot of land, you can develop that land, right? It's got an upgrade button. You can develop that land if you need be, right? So that is kind of an overview of how the map works. Let's get in the chat there, get in there, and get active. If you've been already claiming land and stuff like that, get us in the chat there, talk about it. Obviously, if you're in the directorate, not too much publicity, but that's the way we go. So that is Las Vegas at the moment. This is on BNB Mafia. Let's go back to the map here, and we can select another city. We're going to go to, I don't know, let's go to Chicago, where our family is, right, the directorate, and you can see the map is well done. There's only like 22 available slots left. So, we say that Archie is the Don of Dons, and we're not kidding, right? Completely dominating in the opening of the map, and shows you the strength and the force and the power of the directorate and the 4 families, right? 4 families in the directorate. It is incredibly powerful, and we are seeing it in action. We know that the directorate, makes fear real, right? In this game, makes fear real, and people understand they're not to mess around with the directorate, and you can see the power here on this map. Now let's quickly zoom in on some of the things here. Now, obviously, we've got different HQ. Everyone's got an HQ, and all the families got HQ for the most part, but you'll see that people will be able to find the headquarters here as well. Kind of cool. I'm just trying to see where this is. Let me just refresh this page just a moment. So let's see who else has we got there. We got Richie Robinson. How's it? Hey, Superman. PLS Martha is a little bit lagged in my head. Yeah, you may find a little bit of lagging, but they have been doing improvements and upgrades to the UI. And you're probably better off using a Rabby wallet rather than the MetaMask wallet. And of course, sometimes it pays to refresh. Sometimes you won't see the animation of the property open up. And sometimes it's good to log in and out again. So you might do a few little tricks, but they are improving the user experience there. Archie's in house there. Behold the immense power of the directorate. That is true. The power of the dark side. That's right. We love it. We love it. Big shout out to Archie leading the way there, and Max Payne out there as well, doing a great job. Big shout out to all the members of the directorate, whether you're in the Yakuza, the Syndicate, the Hustlers. You are doing a great job there. So keep up the great work. Everyone is acknowledged and appreciated. All right. So that is where we are at the moment. So you can see that 22 tiles in Chicago certainly is being taken over there by a very powerful family. That's our family, of course. The Las Vegas there, but the OGs, the Black Thistles, are doing a pretty good job on Pulsechain. So let's see where they end up. It's kind of cool. Let's jump into Medellin, where they're operating, and have a quick look at that. I'm going to come back to Chicago in a minute. Obviously, we're in Chicago, so keep a look out on that. Now, actually, that bodes well for our meeting. These are some of the trees, right? So you can see some of the trees that are there. Let's have a look at some of the assets first, shall we? So what have we got here? We've got a car crusher. So obviously, businesses are not attained in here, right? You have to get businesses were attained in opening up crates. So this is way before the map launched. And these businesses are going to be, have different type of earnings, as it were, in the game. So this is a car crusher. It's going to be pretty important there. You'll be able to, crush cars for bullets, things like that. So that's pretty cool. We can sort of see and zoom in on this, and we can sort of see what the car crusher looks like there. It's got a lot of metal panels everywhere. Some cars in there as well. So pretty crazy. So we've got metal crushers there. We can actually use the filter at the bottom to isolate different buildings. So we can isolate business objects, and it will already put them all in pink. So they're all kind of in pink here. So let's zoom out a little bit here. We can see this is a gun store. So people are going to want to buy guns in the game. They can do that through the store in the city. And the people that own the gun store will earn something from that. Now we're still yet to see that in action. Now what have we got here? We've got a bullet factory. Now bullet factory is obviously in huge demand for families, right? Huge demand. So kind of cool. My mouse is a little bit sensitive there. But that is, let's see over here. Let's go over there. That is a bullet factory. What do we can see? A lot of crates in here. Obviously manufacturing facility there. So yeah, and a little smokestack as well. So this is owned by Elon Musk. Now we saw Elon Musk on the Cult DeFi show yesterday, and he's in Black Thistles there, and so they are pretty active on that one. So they're doing their job there. We've obviously got some other ones around as well. So kind of cool. Let me have a look at this one. We got this one is in the Narcotics Warehouse. Let's have a quick look at that. I don't know why my mouse is so effective today. That is a narcotics there. What else there? We got this one over here, a booze warehouse. Now, a lot of people are going to be busy over the booze warehouse here. So let's have a quick look at this. Probably got some crates and stuff. So I don't know why my mouse. This was not happening before I did live stream. So, but now it's very, very sensitive. We got the Warriors booze there, and we can see that has also got a chimney, and we got obviously some vats and stuff like that. Some alcohol processing vats or something. So kind of cool. What's this one here? Family HQ. So there are headquarters for different families here, and this is what it looks like there as well. So obviously those will be well protected. That's what you got to try and protect. So we've got different things in the game. What's this one here? There's another HQ over there. Let's have a look at some of the ones that have been upgraded here. This one here is got a little shed on it. So either you're going to get something like this. Let's find out. You're going to get bare land. That's kind of the empty tiles. So a lot of people will open up land just with empty tiles, which means you can upgrade them. So it's not a big deal, but you will have to invest a bit more than, say, somebody that wins one that's already along the development line. So you're going to need in-game cash. That puts demand on the in-game cash economy. You're also going to be able to need to stake Mafia on that chain, right? Either Mafia on Pulsechain or Mafia on BNB to upgrade. Now, these ones here have little sheds on them, so that's the sort of the next level. And then after that, you've got these houses, which is an upgrade from shed to a house, and then you go from house to villa, and then villa to offices, etc. So there is different upgrade, or you would call it a tech tree, technology tree. Sometimes people have. If you've played the game Eve, they've got technology trees there. This one here is a picture of a villa. That's after a house, right? So a picture of the villa there. Let's see what else we got. We can find on here as well. We've got a mansion. So up from a mansion, up from a villa here, we've got a mansion. I guess that's the next one. So let's have a look at the mansion here. Yeah, so that is also owned by Elon Musk. He did say he was going to buy lots of properties. He's definitely doing that. So yeah, we've got pretty cool. Let's see what else we've got. We've got some offices here. No, I don't see any offices actually on the board here. So there's still got a while to go. Nothing there yet in terms of offices. So we might jump out of there and let's go over to Chicago, because we know Chicago's got just about everything over there because Archie's the boss there. We got Wookie says, "Hey boss," to Archie. Nice one. All right, so let's go have a look. We've got some office buildings here somewhere. Let's go have a look here. We've got Family HQ. Let's see. We've got the businesses highlighted. Let's take the building type. And we know we've got apartments and villas. Sorry, I said mansions after villas, but actually apartments first. So we've got some apartments here. Let's go have a look at those. Let's scroll down here a little bit. It's funny, always happens during a live stream when I do stuff like this. Let's scroll all the way down and have a look at these. I'm going to target these plots, but let's see. No, it's not auto-plotted. So that there is a mansion. And so this is a pretty expensive street, actually. We've got villas in here already, houses as well. And here is apartment blocks. So apartment blocks there looking pretty good. And obviously apartment blocks, you actually earn currency yield on those. Nothing showing here, but you do earn. This has also got connectors too. So that's going to be important that you own something next to your property. So that will be important there. So bend the terrible. Let's see there. Yeah, bend the terrible there. All right. So that is what else do we have? We had apartments and mansions. So we've got a mansion there. We talked about that one. And offices. Let's have a look here. So offices here. Let's go back down here. We've got some offices. This is what offices look like here. So office building. Now these are upgrades. Remember, so everyone's trying to get up on these levels. They give you lots of benefits, right? So you're going to get bigger defense benefits generally. You're going to obviously have potential to earn yield from the inflation of the city. So every day the city has inflation, and everyone's competing to get developments to earn that inflation, and then that's tradable on the markets, right? For other in-game assets or Mafia or something like that. People are going to have different uses, and of course upgrading as well. So lots of different uses for in-game cash. So that is that at the moment. So that's office buildings. Let's have a look at hotels. Now, obviously, hotels are very well thought of, right? So everyone's after hotels are kind of the top of the pecking order, just about, if I remember rightly, other than businesses, I would say, and HQs. But we got any hotels? I thought we had a hotel here. Doesn't seem to have a hotel. Let's all look here. I can't see a hotel on this map. So there's some work to be done there for the family, but they're not too far away, right? Because if you got offices, there's quite a few offices you can upgrade those, particularly. Kind of cool. All right, so that is kind of cool, and obviously the HQ there looking pretty good. That is the HQ. So let's go have a look here. I think I've got some buildings on here, and yeah, looking good. I think we have office building here. Let me just where have I got this on? Family, allegiance, building type, rarity zones. Yeah, that is pretty much that. So not too bad on this one. Let's jump away from here. We've got Big Kahuna House there. I like the rotate building option so city can look more organic with buildings facing the street. Yep. Definitely pretty good. What else have we got? Go Positive says, could you please cover development strategies? Yeah, that's what we could look at that just a moment. Let me jump over to this. This is BNB. So you've got an idea of BNB. Let's go to Pulsechain. And Pulsechain here a little bit different. Let's upgrade this. So these are two different blockchains, but the game is on both chains, and there's different maps on both chains, and they're both upgradable. So let's have a quick look over here on Pulsechain there. Now I did just go through Go Positive. I just go through all the different upgrade categories on the tech tree, as it were. But you will need to upgrade them, and so I'll quickly show you how to do that. Hopefully that helps. So let's see. Let's open one of my profiles. Now that you might see the websites go down because the game's just been launched. They have had UI bugs and other things like that to issue, but it's actually changing pretty fast. So it should be pretty good. We've got Crypto Fury in the house there. Hey mobsters, good to see you, Crypto Fury. All right, let's hope this Mafia map comes. This is Pulsechain. We'll come back to it in a minute. Let's go back to some of the others here. And let's go to the map again. Then we'll click on that. Let me just go to one of these others. We'll go to Messine. Actually, we'll go to New York. Let's go to New York. So there's a lot of available lands on a lot of these maps. Chicago really is the one, and a couple of others that are already got quite a few done, right? So here is BNB. You can see that this has got 19 buildings open so far. Still, it says not 698 slots available. It's only 6 mafias owning land in here at the moment. It's a pretty nice little map, actually, New York, isn't it? Which we like that. And on Pulsechain, we're going for, obviously going for New York over there. So let's see how we go here on Pulsechain. Now on Pulsechain, of course, we've got more players. We've got 1,075 players. We've got 25 crime families, 6.46 billion pulse over there in the vault. So it's worth a lot there. And there's 5,688 available land tiles at the moment. Let's have a quick look at the families there. Obviously, none of the families have got paid spots at the moment, unlike BNB. We saw that there were 2 families with the paid spots technically, although we'll see how that changes as the families get open more land plots. That is the order at the moment. So on Pulsechain, nobody. And of course, Pulsechain launched second. They had quite a bit more UI issues, and maybe some gas payment issues possibly, but they are being fixed pretty quickly. The team is going through all those and getting it pretty sorted. So I felt pretty comfortable at this stage to be able to talk about the map online. So this will be the first of many coverages of the map. All right, so just waiting for that UI to open up. Let's see how we go. Maybe because it's got some conflicts here, but this is the BNB one. Let me just go back to BNB on the website here. So if you guys haven't played on the website, this is the BNB one. Let me post that. If you guys want to get in there, players are real cheap to get, by the way, but players only 2,000 Mafia to play, so only like 50 cents, $2, something like that to get yourself a player, and then you can join a family, right? And I do encourage you to join the directorate, right? The directorate there, and maybe somebody will post a link to the directorate in the house there. This is the Pulsechain one, so we'll post the Pulsechain one there as well. So you can either play on either blockchain. You just have to have Pulsechain and BNB in your wallet. That is the Pulsechain one if you want to play on Pulsechain. Right, so we're in Pulsechain. So we finally got it here. We can see at the moment, New York is the top one by, at least by State Mafia from the looks of it. But actually Las Vegas is got 19 tiles left. So Las Vegas, they're doing pretty well, and it's only got 19. Now in New York, 234 left. So definitely these two cities are front running with the amount of cities opening up there. So pretty cool. I think the Las Vegas is that the gearheads possibly taking the lead there. Now the other one is New York. So there's 483 buildings, so they definitely opened up a lot. Only 234 left in that one. But let's have a quick look at Las Vegas, since that's almost gone in terms of the amount of properties left. So let's have a look at that. So that is doing pretty well, and yeah, it's the gearheads. So gearheads targeting Las Vegas, and they have almost all the city from the looks of available slots, 15. Now some of these slots may be owned by non-gearheads people, but probably not too many of them. Probably largely gearheads is my guess, is in there. So you can see they are ticking away. Now they'll have a headquarters, and that whole headquarters will be taken away somewhere. Let's go over to to Chicago. No, actually we're going to New York on Pulsechain. Let's go to New York, the city of dreams. So New York here is obviously the director is targeting New York here, and you can see it's pretty well done. There's still 230 slots available, but a lot of it is going pretty quickly there, and it's taken away. You can see that is taken away there. Now let's go look at some of these developments. So people are talking about developments here. So this is a cog here on one of these, and you can see that you can upgrade. So this one here is currently a house, right? So it's a house, and you can click on that, and you can get different features, right? So you can upgrade the house, you can stake Mafia on it, you can rotate the building if you want to. Obviously, this is facing the trees, so you could rotate that if you want to. But actually, I like it rotating the trees, looking at the trees, so I don't need to rotate that property. Now you can upgrade, right? So upgrade. You can see this is already being upgraded. It's being upgraded from a house to a villa. And of course, that's going to increase the defensive power from 12 to 17, and probably add some other benefits there too. No yield on this, of course. That doesn't pay out yield, but it will make the family stronger generally. Now, the staking you have to do, so you have to pay $2.5 million in-game cash to upgrade from house to villa, and it's going to cost. You're going to have to stake 50,000 to do that, right? So from 25 to 50,000 Mafia as well. So there are two things to do that. So there we go. That is that, and of course there's a stake Mafia button, so kind of cool. That is one of them. So let's jump out of there and let's do something else on this map. Let's have a look here. We're going to go have a look at the villa here. So this is a villa. This is more advanced, right? So villa is more advanced. So let's go. Where are we going here? We're going to villa. That's a villa there. And obviously that's bigger than a house. So the other one was a house upgrading to a villa. This one's a villa already. So that is going to be upgraded. Yeah, that's upgrading. That's got an hour, 1 day and 20 hours to go. So it's going to take 24 hours to upgrade from a house to a villa, and it costs you $2.5 million in-game currency. Plus you have to stake 25,000 Mafia extra, so 50,000. You can see that there. But it's got defense power 17. But then if you want to upgrade to an office, it's going to cost you $5 million. So it's cost you twice as much as upgrading from a house to a villa, from a villa to an office building, right? But look, we've got no yield on a villa, we've got no yield on a house, no yield on a shed, no yield obviously on blank property. But we do start to earn some of the inflation once we get to an office building. So we do start earning there. So that's pretty cool. Now it's going to cost us $5 million to do that. So that's about 200 days worth of cost recovery in that case. So that's how much, 5 million plus we have to be able to stake 100,000 Mafia there. So that's important to know as well. So two things to do there, but that's going to upgrade to an office. Now I can't do anything. This is going to take 2 days. Remember, the house to the villa is 24 hours. Well, the villa to the office is 2 days. It's already done 4 hours already. So that's 2 days away till the office gets happening there for that upgrade, right? So that is kind of a part of the build process, right, on the tech tree. Now let's go to the Wikipedia on the game. So game Wikipedia, if you want to find out more about the development tech tree, we can go down to buildings, right? So we go down to the map on here, go down to map, and then we go to buildings, and it will give you a bit of that tech tree, right? So we've seen what the house to villa, villa to office building, right? Office building there. Apparently, we're going to need 1 key in there. Haven't come across that yet, but 1 key. And of course, defensive power there, 25. So we're going from 17 to 25 defensive power. The delay is 48 hours. So 48 hours there from office to a building. Now, from office building to apartment block, it's going to be 45 as well. And the Mafia requirement is going to go up to 125,000 staked, right? So this is how it works. The next one would be mansion, from apartment block to a mansion. That's going to be 10 million in-game currency to do that. So you can see there's going to be a lot of demand on in-game currency. You guys can see that. Obviously, people have been opening up crates for months and months and months, and they can convert those into in-game currency, but I still think there's going to be quite a bit of demand there if people are going to continue to upgrade on the mansions here. Now, you get a massive upgrade in defensive power, 68 there on the mansion, but it does take 3 days, 72 hours to have the upgrade, and you will need 250,000 Mafia there. Remember, there's only 1 billion Mafia in the game on both chains, so 1 billion on Pulsechain, 1 billion on BNB, and so 1 million Mafia is a fair chunk, and we know that a lot of it is already staked in the families, right, earning in-game currency and bullets, right? So pretty important there. So from mansion to large hotel, everyone is after a large hotel, of course. If you played anything, 12.5 million for that upgrade for the in-game currency, and you will need 500,000 Mafia. So that is a significant amount there, given the amount of tokenomics. So remember that as well. So kind of cool. Defense power is 100 on a hotel. Pretty nice. So that is kind of it, and you've got all the details there. Defense power is the amount of defensive power added to your character. So it adds to your character by owning the tile in this development. So every time you're upgrading these properties, your defensive power is getting more valuable. You're becoming a stronger player in the game by being a strong property owner and having well-developed properties, right? So if you start off with a plain property, if you start off with something like this one here, empty tile, and you start upgrading to a shed, right? You upgrade to a shed, then so on and so on. You see how that works, right? So that's pretty important. Attacking somebody in the city where they have immense defense power through assets is a tough task. So obviously big property developers are going to be difficult to deal with if you're looking to attack them, especially if they annoy you and hack you off. You're just like, I'm going to get that guy. I'm going to get that guy. Well, so gangsters can't be at home at all times. You might want to plan your attack when your enemy is traveling or out of town. So there we go. That's more of an opportunity. Now, Mafia requirement, each building stage requires a certain amount of stake Mafia tokens to operate. You can think of this as an operating cost. The Mafia stake can be ended at any time, and you can reclaim 100% of your Mafia from the building when the building is not in operation or defense powers and yielding are inactive. Just remember that. So you won't be paid that in-game yield, and your defensive powers will drop. To upgrade your tile, you must spend in-game currency. Now, in-game currency is a big part of the economy, and there's going to be a lot of inflation and deflation, but I suggest to you we're going to have a lot of demand coming in for the in-game because people need it to upgrade all those properties, right? Thousands and thousands of properties need to be upgraded if you want to, be more powerful from defense and earn more money from the inflation there. So it's going to be interesting to see that out. Of course, as I understand, there's going to be fixed inflation to cities, so it's going to be interesting to see that allocation there. Right, so that's kind of cool. What's the upgrading cost? We talked about that. Can I lose my tiles? Yes, when you are killed. So you don't want to get killed if you're a big property owner. Your tiles get reset to default, and it's now claimable again. People can go and open those up with key crates. This creates a deflationary impact on assets inside the protocol. How does the buildings work together with other assets? Having ownership of tiles in combination with each other and in close proximity to your family HQ, that's very important. Will greatly improve your defensive powers there. So if you've got, if you can buy, like at the moment, you can't buy and sell the land tiles that are open. You can only open them at the moment. But if you do get some near HQ, that will lift your defense powers. There are multiple boost features that adds extra defense to your tiles, connectors, and HQ sides. So very important there. Now, obviously, from a Don's point of view, so each family has a Don. They are looking to, get that HQ size up and running because what did we say before? Well, the vault suspensions, right? All the families got suspended on the vault. We now see that 2 on BNB have managed to reverse that vault suspension, but I'm sure all the big families are fighting to get there as well. So getting the HQ size is a big part. You might be worried about your own self opening up land crates, developing, but actually you are kind of you're helping the family, obviously doing that. But actually the family needs its HQ to get developed, right? So by default, it's 5 member spaces. So if you've got a family of of 25, your HQ is going to be 5 members, but you're going to be suspended from the vault because obviously you don't have enough homes for enough housing there for the vault suspension, right? So vault suspension occurs when the number of family members exceeds the available capacity determined by the family HQ size, right? So the family HQ provides 5 member spots. Each connected tile adds 3 additional member spots. So obviously at family, if they've got 25, they're going to have to find the other 20, right? So you're going to need at least like 7 other connected tiles next to it. So families, if they're only opening up 100 out of like 750 or whatever it is, and per city, then they've got a lot of work to do, right? They'd be very lucky indeed to get a lot of connected tiles straight out of the gate. They'd be very, very lucky. So that's why we've seen a lot of these maps, these families here lose the vault spot, right? All lost the vault spot. They have to win them back through opening up land tiles and getting the HQ. So while you're playing your game on an individual basis, the dons of each family are thinking about, well, I got to get these connected spots to the families, right? So I got to get those. So that is in play as well. So a couple of strategic things happening at the moment. So that is kind of exciting there. Now, obviously, connectors, that's another area you can think about, the most game mechanic influential part of the map. So this is really, really key. Having connected tiles is very powerful. So now that's why you see the families are going for all the tiles in the city, right? They get more connected up, right? That's kind of the idea there. And we see that families have kind of made these strategic decisions out there. You go for that city, I'll go for that city, and let's have a little peace for a while before the game starts. So we've got a bit of that going, a bit of strategic, relationship going on there. How will they last in the future? We will see. We will see what happens there. But that is definitely in play. Now, one of the things I do like is the rivers as well. The rivers and oceans, the different setups. We've obviously got different areas. I told you about that. So this area, for example, is pretty interesting. I'm zooming in, quite powerful here. We've got this one here. This is the upper area, right? And then we've got this area over here. This here is the elite area. So this is the elite area of the city. And of course, this gray area here is the common area. So these are all common areas here like that. But within the common areas and around the place, you do find strategic areas as well. That's the 4th area that you could get, right? So rarity zones, strategic. You can see those strategic highlighted there. Common, you can see all the commons highlighted in white. The upper areas, you can see up in the green here, pretty lush. And the elite areas here, down here in grey with some ocean view, which is pretty nice there, and beach view there, not bad. So you can use the filters quite nicely as well. You got the allegiances here at the moment. So we've got the Gears of War. So Gears of War in the place. Let me actually go all on here, and let's go Gears of War. So it seems like there's only 2 allegiances in here at the moment. Gears of War, they do seem to have a few properties in New York on Pulsechain. Maybe they did it by accident, who knows, but they're in there. That's going to be interesting to see in the future, isn't it? I'm not sure how Don will go with that. Then we've got the directorate, right? So the directorate is obviously dominating here in the old Pulsechain map on New York. And of course, tiles are going down. That's going to be fun to see that. Now let's jump back to, I think it was Palamo, was it? Let's jump over here. Each map is different. You can see this has got a different looking map. So kind of cool. We can see, what's it, Gears of War in there. Let's see, has the director got anything in there? Oh, we've got a couple of items in there. Look at that. We've got some roulettes and stuff like that in the city. So we've got some businesses in there. Looks like some stuff like that. Las Vegas, of course, was where the gearheads are going on Pulsechain. Let's have a look at there. Of course, that's Crypto Kool-Aid in the game. It's a bit like a music group, Crypto Kool-Aid in the game. And of course, he's a big game developer, right? Since forever, or was it 40 years? I don't know. He's been a big game developer. Looks like it was been on the Eve game since like 2003 or something. So yeah, pretty interesting. All right, so that is some of the stuff happening here. Well, hopefully that will render. You might have a little bit of slow, UI issues from now and then, but they have been improving it overnight. So things have been shaping up there, and we're getting some fairly good, experience now. We've got DG and Hexagon says what maps aren't live. Now they're all live now. DG and Hexagon, Pulsechain, and BNB. Just got a HQ spot, says Wookie. That's very cool. Like we talked about earlier, that should aid in your defensive rankings with the bonus points. So that could be very good for you there, Wookie. Well done. Typically what you do is start developing that, right? That would be very supportive of the HQ. Craig Pittenhouse there. Hi, everybody. Hey, Craig. Hope you're doing well there as well. Having a good time. So not bad there at all. All right, so looking good there. Let's jump over to, I'm going to have to refresh this because I think it's got stuck in the matrix. So I'll have to refresh. Sometimes you might have to refresh, like say, to get things, you might get, bugged out or something. You just have to refresh it. And sometimes you may have to log in and log out your wallet occasionally. But those issues are definitely reducing dramatically with every upgrade. So like I say, every so often you might see the website down for maintenance. That's because they're, putting in a new version that has dealt with any bugs that have emerged. We know it's quite a complex setup of games and data set, so it takes a little bit to reset that. So those are connectors there. Obviously, position affects connectors greatly. The maximum amount of connectors a single tile can have is 8. This is if your tile is placed in the middle of nothing. When the tile is surrounded by protocol-owned assets, the number is reduced. The example would be a user that is placed on a road corner. This tile now has 3 maximum connector tiles. So in other words, the less connected tiles you have, the easier it is to get 100% connected coverage. The effect of this mechanic is that all tiles which are closer to the road, water, nature will naturally be more valuable as you need to spend less effort to achieve high worth and defensive values. So that is pretty cool. Imagine you have a single string of tiles that connect to your family HQ like a snake. If your enemy target the tile closest to your family HQ and kills the owner, your family will lose not just that connected tile, but the HQ size attributes every other tile. So that is part of the war game part later on, and so you have to be wary of that. Effectively putting your family into vault suspension. So that would be a trick that people might try to do. Let's see how that plays out in the actual game. For all regular user-owned tiles, any Allegiance-owned tile does count as a successful connector. So if you are part of an Allegiance, you're a different family, that should work. The family HQ and for business Allegiance-owned tiles does not count as connectors, okay? For HQ and for businesses, Allegiance-owned tiles don't. You have to be in the specific family. For a directive, for example, it would be the Yakuza, has to be the same family, or the Syndicate, or the Hustlers, or something like that. So that's important to know. Now, kind of cool. And we did cover the different building types. We covered the land tiles, I think. How many land tiles there are in the game. 700 user tiles there, 2 to 500 infrastructure tiles, 2 to 500 environment tiles, 10 business tiles, 8 raid spot tiles, and 8 farm queues. Now, I think raid spots are coming up in the future. Let's go over to the city zones. We did cover that briefly. 10% is a defense booster if you've got common, and 500 is the average supply there. High end is, or up, I guess they call it, is 50% defense booster. If you're in an elite zone, that's 100%. And if you're strategic, that's 10% there. And you can see the rarity of those. They're kind of cool. These zones will also define the graphical look of development efforts as well. Each building stage will have 3 different variants in those different zone types. So just remember that. All right. I think that was kind of it on that. City inflation. Everybody is going to be after this, right? By upgrading. Like I say, once you get to an office building, you'll be earning 25. Oh, it's actually 25,000 every day. Apartment block 50,000 every day. The mansion is 75,000, and a large hotel is 200,000 per day, which is pretty good. So kind of cool. That is coming up there. Now there was something else. City developer. City developer is obviously going to be a big deal. Now we can see in the list here. Let me just open this up a little bit more, just so you see how big this is. So city developer, we can see that at the moment in New York, the city developer is trigger happy. That is the player. So they again, bonus defense points really, and become the most influential developer in the city. Enjoy extra defense powers for your efforts. So that would give a trigger happy extra defense powers. And the Gearheads one here in Las Vegas, which has gone to 0 tiles now. So all the tiles have now been taken in Las Vegas. Leon is the city developer there, probably a big contributor to all those tiles gone. In Chicago, Toro there for the Yakuza. Now remember, Syndicate and the Yakuza are both in the elite, in the Directorate Allegiance, which I am part of, right? That's led by Don Archie, and of course Max Payne is the Capitacina. That is got Toro there at the moment as the city developer there. Then we see actually Gearheads are in a couple of other cities, interestingly enough, only with a few properties open, but definitely the Medellin has been open in big time. So we can see clearly the Gearheads in Las Vegas and Medellin there on a big target, and also looking at Miami with 23. So that's pretty interesting there. Crypto Kool-Aid is the #1 developer at the moment, and Moondog is sitting in the city of Miami. We've got another one here in Bogota, Lalo there, the Salamancas, sitting there, 57 open in there at the moment in terms of building. So, things are afoot there. And of course, the developer there will get extra defense powers. Only one user can have the city developer role, a powerful role that is automatically given to the user with most progressed land tiles. All buildings will have different worth, like crate items. The more you own, the more powerful you are. Can't say that enough there. Having a one tile with a hotel in it is much more powerful than having 20 empty tiles. So just remember that. You should think twice about attacking a city developer as long as they're in that city. It is possible for a single user to be the city developer of multiple cities at the same time. So that'd be interesting if we do get anything occurring like that. At the moment, you can see that we do not have that situation. So that is some of the highlights there. That's on the map here on the Wikipedia. Wikipedia, of course, you can find in the game under more. You can go Wikipedia there, and that will give you all the details if you're after the extra level information. But in any case, you can, if you want to get a city, you can select a city just by visiting the map, and then you can open up a claim a land tile there. But you will need to get keys, right? How do you get keys? Well, you can open them up individually under crates here, purchase a key, and you can select the amount and the token types that you want, or you can go into the exchange if you're going to spend a bigger amount, right? You can go to exchange, go to keys, and once you start spending like $400 or more, you will start getting a 5% bonus. So as you go up further, it will get you more and more, and you can get those keys, and it will deduct either Pulse, Mafia, Pulsechain, a whole ton of Pulsechain popular tokens there that you can use to purchase keys for the game. All right, so kind of cool. And of course, the vault there is going to go up and away as well. We can see that now we have a fourth category in the vault called land crate. So that is going to be contributing to the land crate's vault value. But just remember, there's also some of that land crate key purchase was going to marketing, right? So there's going to be a marketing coming up soon too. Going to be good. All right, something went blank for some reason. So that is kind of cool there on the Mafia map, and we're looking good there, looking good. All right, let's jump over to where should we go? We're going to go to BNB. Forgot BNB. Let's go BNB map here. So that was Pulsechain. That's Pulsechain at the moment. It'd be cool if they had a button that goes back to the full main menu. Actually, that'd be pretty cool. Let's go to players there. We're going to go back to players. So we keep a lookout on here, folks, for when families get back in their vault access, right? So that means that they're doing pretty well. They've got their HQ is connected to enough land tiles that they've got enough properties there to get their vault access back, right? To actually cover the amount of family members. If they've got 25 family members, they're going to need the Mafia HQ. Now, if you do have Family Plus, that gives you 12 family players, not just 5. So that's why we've already seen some of those on BNB, right? Get their vault access, but of course the others, like the directorate, are fighting for theirs as well. So pretty cool. So yeah, looks like Las Vegas on Pulsechain, all the tiles have gone. On BNB, the Chicago there, 22 tiles left at the moment. TikTok, time to rock there. Who else is doing pretty good? OG Gangsters in Las Vegas here. So we've got the Gearheads targeting Las Vegas on Pulsechain, but we have the original Gangsters targeting Las Vegas here on BNB. And of course, they've opened 140 properties at the moment. The Black Thistles on Medellin there opened up 95, and in Bogota 52. The Syndicate in New York has opened up 21, and the Mugnaus in Napoli have opened 24. And yeah, OG Sopranos also, who are targeting Palermo, also opening up in Miami. In fact, they've got the most open there at the moment. So TikTok there is going game on at the moment. So plenty of properties to get, plenty of tiles, plenty of good land to win. It is early days there, fun times ahead. That's all we can say. All right, so how are we doing for time? It's 3:50 here. Now, let's go to the map one more time, and just so I can show you what will you have to do to get what we have to do to get you have to get those keys, right? I've showed you how to do that. And of course, if you want to get land tiles, you have to select the city. That's the first step. You have to connect your wallet, obviously, and either on BNB or Pulsechain. And of course, you just hit that Mafia page to get to that. and then it will load the cities like this. You just select the city. Let's say, for example, we wanted to select New York. We click visit New York here, and you can then, if you've got keys, you can click the claim button, right? And I just want this account doesn't have any keys, but if you did have keys or crates in there, you can buy a crate to claim land, right? So purchase that, and it will open up. And what we'll do is do an animation. It will float around this page here through the different areas. Remember the common area, the upper area, the elite area. It will just float around, and then once it selects one of those areas, it will then select your property, and of course, then it will select your development. And good luck if you get a hotel that is pretty exceptional. Most people probably get bare land, empty title as they call it. Some people might get sheds and villas and houses, so there is a chance to get development, but a lot of people will end up with empty titles, so that you have to develop them, right? You have to upgrade them all the time. All right, so that is pretty much that. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed that. I'm going to cover this again probably tomorrow, and we'll get more into it as we find out more, because the game's still evolving a bit, and we'll see how we get on by tomorrow. So at the moment, we've got OGs, and the directorate sort of leading the way. Directorate definitely dominating on BNB, and at the moment we've got the gearheads dominating on Las Vegas there on Pulsechain, and the directorate there is starting to show some strength in multiple cities as well, including New York. So keep a look out tomorrow and see where it is. At the moment, a really exceptional time to get your land while you can, because there's plenty there still, particularly in a lot of the cities. So food for thought there. But every family is going to have a different strategy. So we're going to see that play out as well. All right, hope you guys enjoyed it. Once again, the links are in the chat there. Let's just put them up one more time. That is BNB, and that is the Pulsechain one. And on there, of course, you'll find the map, and the map will take you to these ones here. Just visit the city, and of course, once you've got the city that you wanted to build in, you have to click claim land. That way, it will claim a building. The building may be an empty title, or it may be developed, right? So you may be lucky, maybe getting something like this. Either a shed or a villa, and you might be pretty lucky if you get something more than that, like a hotel or an office building or something like that. Obviously, if you're in an office building or more, you're going to start earning inflation. That's kind of cool. That'd be absolutely really, really great. All right, what else we're going to say? Yeah, the prices at the moment. Let's have a look at that on Mafia. Just before we wrap up. I thought I had Mafia stuff here. It's just deleted. Typical of Dick Screen to delete my Mafia just when I'm doing live stream. But you got Mafia here at the moment. So we got 0003 on BNB, and we got Pulsechain is at 1100th of a penny on the old Pulsechain there. Plenty of liquidity, 62k for BNB, 150k or more for Pulsechain there. So what an exceptional price to get in on Mafia at the moment on both chains. Absolutely exceptional. So get a player today. Only costs like 50 cents or something. That's the way to go. All right, we're going to wrap that up. Richie says, thank you, man. You're most welcome. And I'll see you guys in Telegram and in Discord, right? In the Mafia one there for the directorate, as well as the official channels for that. All right, take care, everybody, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Bye for now. I'm going to let me just do one thing here. All right, take care, everybody, and I'll catch you guys again tomorrow. Bye for now.